Yo. What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another banger with y'all, man. If you're new to the channel, go that like button, subscribe, and go comment. So this is my this is my breakdown on the wire. So this is my first. This is a pleasure and honor to do this show. I know the show been over since I know it started from June 2nd, 2002, all the way to the March 14, 2008. Correct me if I'm wrong, I got the dates mixed up. But anyway, this was American-based crime TV show. It was based on the show is kind of kind of telling half truths or a little bit of the truth of what went down in the city of Baltimore, far like the Barksdale and the crime organizations that was going against the police department themselves. And shout out to David Simon and Mr. Ed Burns for creating this show, because those two gentlemen right there actually have personal experience and also have careers with the law enforcement. So shout out to those guys for bringing this TV show to the table, and it's a pleasure and honor. So gotta tip my hat off to these guys and just giving those guys their flowers. But we're gonna get on with season one. We're gonna break down season one and season two. But season one started off pretty good. You had the law enforcement with Kima and Detective McNulty and Cedric Davis. So they was investigating the Barksdale family and Stringer Bell, of course. And as you see in the first episode, you see McNulty, talking to the guy on the street. Look, man, it's not Boogie. Did what he want to do. You know what the old going saying. The game meant to be sold, not told. So this is let me know right there McNulty was gonna be the main character. But they go to court, and one of the Barksdale hitmen or one of the foot soldiers not found guilty. So they have nothing against the Barksdale. So the police task, the law is trying to figure out how to pin down the Barksdale family. They kind of had a hard time during the first season until one major mistake happened in season one. When Kima got hit on season one, man, that changed everything. And that's how the meme with Wee Bay with making the surprise look face when he was telling me, you gotta do something about that, man. You got the surprise look. That's how that meme came about. But that was crazy, man. I was like, once that happened, that changed everything for the Barksdale family. So McNulty and them got to work. They find do what they can, and they did a lot to solve this case. And plus, the Barksdale family had trouble with Omar as well. Omar was just terrorizing the neighborhoods, giving them problems, and Avon was kind of up in his 10 toes, not backing down. But I think he let the emotion get in his way. Fortunately, D'Angelo and the crew kind of gets investigated, and that brought everything down, man. Avon got booked, and I also want to give a shout out to Michael B. Jordan. That was one of his first acting gigs, as far as Hardball and The Wire. And Pootie and Bodie was also the foot soldiers for the Barksdale organization. And they had to get rid of dude, man. It was so sad to see that. A kid had to go. They had to get rid of their childhood friend. And I didn't realize, man, Bodie and what's her name and Pooh, I'm like, yo, y'all was kids on the show? Like, what the heck? That's why y'all was so clean faced and cool cut and smooth. The why is y'all actors, man. Y'all make y'all kids actors a little too older. But back to what I was saying, McNulty gets the upper hand into season one, and he brings down Avon Barksdale and the rest of the crew, D'Angelo, and it's gonna get crazy for season two. And now we talk about season two now. Now with season two was also not that much of a great season. It was a good season, but not a great season. It kind of threw me off. I understand he's trying to tell real situations that happened to the city of Baltimore with the loading docks and everything. I mean, that's fine, that's cool, but still, y'all had to do. It could have been the same. Y'all should continue that storyline with the Avon Barksdale. That storyline dragged all the season 5. But back to what I was saying, like, the season 2 was pretty different. Kim was recovering. McNulty was kind of with the task force on the boat, so he was doing everything in his way to solve his case. And we had another problem with the dock crew and the shady mile workers, and they was also making too much dirt happen. The FBI came down on the crew, and one of the sons has also committed a murder because they wanted power and greed. And season 2 was very interesting. I'm not gonna lie, they definitely showed a different side, of the street life. It don't have to be just people in the hood. There's always another way to make legal money, and another way to get it. And that's another way. That's another problem I have of showing that in season 2. But season 2 was pretty okay. Of course, you see Avon Barksdale still locked up. Everybody's trying to make a way for themselves. So this is more of a build-up to what's going to come in the later seasons of The Wire. But I felt as though season 2 definitely could have been better. But it just kind of threw me off with all different storylines happening, but that's cool. That's cool. Still development throughout the characters and everything. And what do I want to say about season two? Season two, I mean, I pay attention to it the most because it's always the small things you have to pay attention to as well. And Avon Barksdale was kind of still locked down, of course. McNulty, they still trying to find kinks to pin on him. And season two was just a season that could have just happened to be rushed. I think it was just rushed, in my opinion. I've seen episodes that was kind of there, but it wasn't there. But season two was kind of gave me a different look of how Fells Point and Canton I used to be run. Because back then they didn't even have no business in Canton and Fells Point. It was a loading dock area to bring all that stuff in. It was season two. Part. I just want to mention that just because you're a working class man with a legit business and everything, don't think that it could be some dirty things behind the scenes. So it definitely brought that more side to the table. So body started dropping with the dock side, and that was pretty much in that conclusion. We just got a chance to see a different side of what the city of Baltimore was truly investigating. Even like I said, everything that you're seeing on this show is kind of wasn't really true all the way, but they definitely kind of chopped it up and kind of worked around all the scenes and everything. And look what we have here. We have season three. Season three was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I think season three is probably one of my favorite seasons of the Wire as well, just because it kind of revamped and it gave a resurrection back to the show. I'm not saying season three is better than season four, but they can go for time. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Season three was pretty great. Unfortunately, D'Angelo has died, and everything else just changed. For the Barksdale organization, Avon finally gets to come home, and Stringer Bell wants power. But I ain't gonna lie. People have to realize when I look at Stringer Bell, he kind of reminds me from Ghost from Power a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I see the similarities of him wanting to get out of the game and wanting a better future for himself. And unfortunately, Avon didn't want no parts of what to change his life at all. But season three was all over the place, with the dirty politicians and everything else. And unfortunately, Stringer Bell tried to go clean, with the guy that was the current mayor at the time. He tried to get his foot in the door, and unfortunately, he got the door slammed in his face. He didn't get the money, didn't go through. He was turning his back on people. He smashing D'Angelo's baby mom. So not Bar. Stringer Bell had to pay, man. And shout out to Idris Elba. He did a good job with the character. But season three was definitely his last. But we also had different characters that came on board. With Method Man, with Cheese, and the Muslim guys and everything. So that definitely brought more element to the show. And Omar, once again, he's still terrorizing the streets of Baltimore and giving the Barksdale Fat organization a lot of problems. But as the season goes on, the investigation gets digger and deeper again. And we also have another character that came aboard, Mr. No Other himself, Mr. Marlowe. Mr. Marlowe himself, man. And once he came aboard, that kind of brought a war to the streets of West Baltimore. And once they came about, oh my goodness, man! Here come McNulty again, still doing anything in his way, if anything possible to stop the war. But he was pretty much gave him a chance to investigate again. And shout out to Prespolinski. I forgot to mention him as well. He lost his job as a teacher. I mean, he lost as a cop. Unfortunately, he has killed one of the guys that he was on pursuit chase, but he thought the plainclothes officer was a suspect. But unfortunately, that ruined his career, and he got thrown under the bus. But another chapter has changed for the better, not for the worse. And the whole task force is up on him. Cedric Davis is still trying to get that promotion. He's moving on up. And Keita, I cannot think of the lady that it'll come to my mind again. But anyway, she's done a great job as far as her acting skills. What a great, wonderful actor. So the investigation's closing in. Everybody in the Avon Barksdale organization is panicking because this young boy named Marlowe is terrorizing and scaring the whole Barksdale organization. Also got introduced to new characters as far as Carcetti and different characters on the show, Cuddy, and I would believe, so those different new characters came along, and the Stanfield was giving the Barksdale organization a lot of problems. And I didn't even notice one thing. When the main character, I'm trying to think of his name, Stringer Bell. When Stringer Bell passed away, that changed a lot of things, of course, and Avon and Stringer Bell have double crossed each other. They didn't expect that to happen. What a crazy plot twist. And actually, at the end of the day, Stringer Bell got the last laugh. So at the end of season three, Avon gets arrested. Once again, he takes another loss of going down like he did in season one. And his nephew gone, and there's nothing they can do about anything to fix what he does. So he let his emotions get in the way. Instead of him, squashing the beef with Stanfield, he wants to go against him, and that's the consequence that Mr. Avon Boston had to suffer on the show. So what a great season and everything. I love season one and three. Season two could have been better, but I just felt as though with the docs and everything, they could have made a spinoff with that. That definitely should have happened. They was going to do something like that with The Wire. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, go hit that like button, subscribe, go comment. I'll be back with another video. I'll be giving you guys season 4 and 5 next week. So stay tuned. I'm out with it. Peace.